This week, new steel and aluminum tariffs imposed by the Trump administration take effect with exemptions for Mexico and Canada. The new levies include 25% on imported steel and 10% on aluminum. We turn to Eller College of Management professor George Hammond, who serves as Economic and Business Research Center Director, for insight on how these tariffs could impact Arizona.
What happens with Mexico and Canada is extremely important for Arizona because those two countries account for about half of our exports. So imagine that the administration imposes tariffs on steel and aluminum from those countries. They respond with retaliatory tariffs or quotas or other trade restrictions. That could have a big impact on Arizona's export performance. You also want to keep in mind that even if Canada and Mexico are exempted from these tariffs, they account for half of our export, but half of our exports go to Asia, and half of our to Asia and Europe combined. About 30% of our exports to Asia, about 20% of our exports to Europe. So they matter as well. And if we find ourselves facing retaliatory trade restrictions in Asia and or in Europe, that also has the potential to adversely affect our overall export performance.
That volatility in foreign markets, that has the potential to impact what is happening here at the ground level in Arizona.
Absolutely. Steel and aluminum are key inputs into the production of a wide range of goods. Steel and aluminum are used in the construction industry, which is about as important to Arizona as it is nationally at this point. But Arizona and southern Arizona are very concentrated in one particular manufacturing sector, which is aerospace and defense equipment. So that would include auto parts, missiles, such as those produced at Raytheon, and other aerospace equipment that uses a lot of aluminum and some steel. So the imposition of tariffs on incoming steel and aluminum raises the price of that. That raises production costs for those manufacturing firms located in the U.S., and that tends to interfere with their competitiveness both across the nation and globally. That can result in job losses.
When the president initially began this conversation, there were tariffs, 25%, 10%, and then it was exemptions. What does that do for conversations as they're taking place with NAFTA negotiations? Yeah,
it greatly complicates things, and it really contributes to the inefficiency with which our economy works, right? What we want is for firms across the globe to be competing on a fairly equal basis. What this sets up, particularly not only imposing tariffs, but then essentially creating a system where we negotiate one-on-one with other countries to see if they'll be exempted as well, essentially creates a system where an administration in Washington decides winners and losers across the globe, who gets to trade with us and who doesn't, who gets the advantages and who doesn't. It's a very inefficient system, and it's really not the way we want the international trading system to work.
Ultimately, is there a way that this trickles down to the average consumer, people like you and I?
Absolutely. The tariffs mean that we're going to be paying more for goods that we purchase. So aluminum cans, we all drink, most of us drink soda and or beer and other drinks that come in those kind of cans. Those cost more if you start aggregating those small increases per six-pack across the millions of six-packs that are consumed every year, and that's a lot of income that's lost.